We are here for Ask Us Anything from Do This, Not That. This is our super short episode where all week long we get in work questions and we get in ridiculous questions and we try to tackle one of each. And if you want to submit a question, it's real easy. All you got to do is go to jschwedelson.com/podcast and there's a big button that says Ask Us Anything and we'll try to tackle them. So first, let's talk about the work question. We got a question in from Jessica from Lewiston, Maine. I have never been there. I'll tell you what I think about whenever I think of Maine. This is so wrong. I think about lobsters. I feel like lobsters are a big deal in Maine. I think lobsters are crazy overrated. I mean, they're just like okay, not great. They're really expensive, and I just don't care. No offense to all lobster fanatics out there, but overrated. Lobster roll is good because anything with mayonnaise tastes good. So, whatever. Anyway, what's your question, Jessica? Here it is. I've been getting a few this is goodbye emails from brands and companies that I stopped engaging with. Do these types of emails work? Well, this is a really good question, and they really do work, and they're really important to do. What Jessica's really asking about is, so you're on a list and you haven't bought from that company in a long time, or you haven't engaged with that software product in a long time, and maybe you just signed up for a newsletter and you never opened the newsletter after you signed up, and then after a period of months or maybe even a year or so, you get an email from that sender, that brand, and the subject line says something like this is goodbye, and then you open it up, and when you open it up it says if you don't click on this link to reactivate your account or keep your interest activated, we're going to remove you from our list. We're really sorry to see you go. Now, these work incredibly well for two reasons, and I'm a strong advocate for doing this is goodbye emails. Number one, it is the absolute best way to get people to re-engage with you, to wake back up, to realize that they haven't been engaging with your content at all, whether you're a business marketer or a consumer marketer. If you take your database of people that have not opened or clicked on one of your emails in over 12 months, I would even do 6 months, but I know that's aggressive for people. But you take it, everybody that hasn't opened or clicked in over 12 months, okay, and then you send an email to them with the subject line that says, this is goodbye. That is actually the subject line you want to write. And then you write some copy, say, listen, we'd love to have you on board. We have all this new stuff to share, new ideas, new discounts, new whatever, whether you're a business or a consumer marketer. But if you don't click this button that says, keep me on the list, we're going to take you off the list. I'm sorry, goodbye. When you do that, we see performance on those emails have open rates over 25%. Now, you may say to yourself, that's not that high. My newsletter gets 40% or blah, blah, blah. These are people that have not opened or clicked on one of your emails in over 12 months. To get over 20% open rate on an email to people that don't open your emails is awesome. It's crazy. And the save rate, the percentage of people that actually will then save themselves and stay on your list, is at about 9% on average, which is awesome. Now, some of you out there are saying, but I can't do that. I don't want to shrink the size of my database. This is a bad move. I like having all these people on my list. They are a boat anchor. The reason that these brands do this and these software companies do this is they know by having people that are opening or clicking on their emails, it is depressing their ability to stay in the inbox. It's depressing all of the performance on all the other email marketing that they're doing, and it's irrelevant to them to have to keep sending to people that are not engaging with their content, so that they'd rather get back a portion of people that will engage, right, the save them, right, than keeping them, just sending them and crushing their deliverability. So I'm a big fan of this is goodbye. The tactic that I think is the absolute best if you're going to try this is actually a two-step goodbye. So instead of the first email being an absolute where you're really kicking them off the list, you send out one email to to the people who have not opened or clicked in over 12 months with a subject line that says, is this goodbye, question mark, right? And in there saying, we've noticed you haven't engaged, we'd really love to stay on board. If you want to stay on board, click here. So it's not saying we're taking you off the list. And then 2 weeks later, to the population of people who did not save themselves on that first one, you send them the one that actually says, this is goodbye. And that's the absolute one where you do take them off the list, right? And overall, if you do the two-step process, we see a save rate of about 15% overall. And when you get rid of the people out of your database, you could still leverage that data. Even though you're not emailing to them anymore, the people that didn't save themselves, that database is still so valuable for retargeting and remarketing on social platforms like Meta or Google or on LinkedIn. So it's not as if you can't use the data anymore, but you have to stop emailing to them because it's epic waste and it's hurting your performance. All right, before we get to the ridiculous question, I want to let you know that this podcast is exclusively presented by Marigold. I love Marigold. I send out my emails on Marigold's platforms. I've been doing that for years. If you're not familiar with them, you can go to meetmarigold.com. I strongly recommend them as an email platform for business, consumer, small, medium, large brands, all of it. But they have a new piece of content called Marigold's 2024 State of Loyalty Report. This is so cool because loyalty marketing is so critical to getting people to stay with your brand, engage with your brand, spend more with your brand. You want to download this thing. It's free. You can go to jschwedelson.com/marigold. That's jschwedelson.com/marigold. And you can download Marigold's 2024 State of Loyalty Report. It's brand new. It is great if you want to learn all about loyalty marketing. All right. Now let's get into the ridiculous question. What do we got? We get so many crazy questions. All right, got a question in from Dave from Hoboken, New Jersey. Hoboken's underrated. Northern New Jersey in general is underrated. So props to shout out to New Jersey, especially, I mean, Southern New Jersey is fine, but that's a whole different thing. Northern New Jersey is awesome. Anyway, what's the question, Dave? Dave wants to know, do you think it's bad to discuss political stuff when you're out to dinner with another couple or friends? I don't know what's higher than 1,000,000,000%, but a zillion percent yes. For me, I can't handle it. You know, it's the weekend, you're trying to have a good time. And then if somebody brings up like political stuff or whatever, it's like, oh no, I can't. I don't want to. I don't really want to get into what your opinion is. I don't want to get educated by you enough. I see it on social media, I see it on the news. I'm not into it. Here's what I'm not into talking about at dinners or whatever. Politics, please no. That's a hard no. Your personal achievements, I don't care. Congratulations, you won a pickleball tournament. Nobody cares. I don't care. All right. I also don't like really like inappropriate jokes where it's like all of a sudden I'm like, what? This person's a jerk? I mean, and so what should people talk about? Okay, gossip, 100%. I want to know about other people that I live near or like friends of friends that are doing something embarrassing that they shouldn't. I want to know all things gossip. Bring it on. I know that's a terrible thing to say, but I'm all in on gossip. Yes, for the win. TVs and movies. I need to know anything that I should be watching. Absolutely. And then new places to eat. That's it. That's all we should ever be talking about when we go out with other people. Gossip, TV, food, end of story, nothing else. No personal achievements, no politics, nothing. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, what am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, listen, appreciate you being here. Check out our longer episode, the end of the week, and please register for Guru Conference, the world's largest free virtual email marketing event. We will run out of virtual seats. This thing's crazy. We have 20,000 marketers going to be there. GuruConference.com. It's coming up. Check it out. Thanks for being here and submit questions on jschwedelson.com/podcast. Cool. Later.